Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Blind. I'm your host, Devin Brown. Today I was supposed to do my greatest falls, but I got some feedback and people wanted to see, more about being blind. So today I'm going to call this Blind 101. Now, the last time in my other video I talked about depth perception. And depth perception is where you think something is higher than it actually is. Like, for instance, the steps. If you come here and look at these steps, normally at this step right here, when it steps down, it's just about that high, about 16, maybe 15, 16 inches. But to somebody blind, that step might be that high. So when you step down off of it and step down to the next step, you lose your balance. And then you go tumbling down somewhere. And then you get scarred up and it's all bad or whatnot. But people at the Blind Center, or the visually impaired, they've made this cane. It's called a white cane. And what you do is you can use this cane actually to help you walk straight, so you don't veer off to the left and you don't veer off to the right. And it lets people know when you're walking that, listen, I'm visually impaired. So how this cane works is like this. It's got a little rubber band on it. It's made out of fiberglass. And what it does, it unfolds like this. And then you have the cane. But we're not going to do it that way today. Now, with being blind, you have to be cool. So what I do is I grab mine by the handle, all right? And then I just take it and I flip it out like this. So everybody knows I'm cool, and I'm cool and blind. So that's how that works. That's how I do it, okay? So what you do with this stick is a stick is like a balancer. It lets you know that, listen, hey, it gives you something to focus on because your eyes don't have anything to focus on. I told you, or I may have told you, that what I see is like when you drive in fog with your bright lights on. That's what I see all the time. And it's really hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this stick is used. Now, this is how we use this stick. The first one I'm going to show you is called a two-point touch. And two-point touch is like this. This is the sidewalk here. And what you do is you tap while you're walking. And when you tap while you're walking, your legs are to move with it. So when you're tapping, you move, you move, you move, you move. Now that way, when I'm tapping the sidewalk, that'll let me know that, guess what? Here is the grass over here. Stay on the sidewalk. So as long as I keep tapping, I keep moving. Now the other way you use this stick is what's called shoreline. And what shoreline is, it's similar to two-point touch, but what you do is you tap and you drag. You tap and you drag. Now what that does is that lets you know another way, listen, the sidewalk is here, the grass is here. That way I won't run off into the grass. So it helps out an awful lot. Now, like I said, this is real sturdy. It's damn near a weapon because it's made like out of this sturdy fiberglass. And then here at the tip, here's the red tip up right there. So what you can do, I'm gonna take my gloves off, it's cold out here. Oh, there you go. You can take this tip right off and you set it up like that. And then there's a ball that I have. So you can take this little tip off and you put the ball on there. And when you put the ball on there, you take it and you flip it back up like that, put it back in there, and then you put the ball down, and the ball just rolls back and forth. But I don't like using the ball because people need to know that I'm blind. And two, the ball gets, cumbersome after a while. So, but what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to show you some little gadgets that they gave me at the Blind Center. Well, what they do is they come out and they help you get your house together. They'll move furniture around. They'll take and give you little devices and different things like that. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go inside now because it is cold out here. And I'm going to show you some of the devices that I got, all right? Come on, let's go inside. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Good, the Bad, the Blind. Now, as I told you outside, I'm going to bring you inside and I'm going to show you a few things that the Blind Center had given me. The first thing they gave me is this spatula right here. Now this spatula here is used to, you know, I don't know if you want to make grilled cheese or hamburger. I'm assuming that with this one, you take it and you slide it up under the burger and then you clip the top down of it and then flip it over. And, you know, I don't, you know, I'll be honest with you, the kids use this more than I do. I don't like using blind equipment except my stick because I wasn't born blind. So this would be more beneficial to someone who's already been blind, has been blind their entire life, but I don't like using this. But that's how this spatula works. It's all right. The other thing they gave me is they gave me these oven mitts. These oven mitts go all the way up your arm because, you know, typically most oven mitts stop right about here. This oven mitt goes all the way up your arm. I don't use this either. I use regular oven mitts because I'm not afraid to get burnt. With having a cooking background, you learn to deal with burns, so I really don't use that often. But the one thing I do use is this little thing right here. This little gadget. I don't know what the proper name of it is. Excuse me, I'm trying to find my cup. My cup, where did my cup go? Oh, there it is. This little gadget here, I don't know what it's actually called, but how it works is this. Take a cup, clip it on the side of the cup. Clip it on the side of the cup. Let me make sure this bad boy is on. It might not be on. And when you're pouring, I don't know if it's still on. It'll beep. It'll beep and let you know that guess what? Your liquid is almost at the top. And you just take it off of there. But you know what? It doesn't go all the way up to the top. But you know, I'm not gonna complain. So this works out like a charm. This is probably one of the best things that they've given me because when I first started pouring drinks, I would have stuff everywhere. And they gave me this and it just works so well. So, you know, like I said, you just clip it on there and when the liquid hits it, it goes off. So I love it. So another thing I had to do is I have to make my own innovations. And what I'll do is, like for instance, this water jug here. I like to drink water a lot. So what I did is I took some tape and put it on the handle of it because there's been a couple times that I have taken and went into the refrigerator, and taken the milk out. So I'll take this whole jug of water and get a cup and then go sit down, you know, and watch TV or listen to TV. Excuse me, that's for, they know what I'm talking about. Listen to TV. And the kids come in and they said, hey Dad, do you realize that you have the gallon of milk sitting on the floor? And I'm so embarrassed because I don't have the milk sitting on the floor. And the milk may have been sitting there for about 6 hours. So I put tape around that, and in that way I can keep hold and know which one is water. Another thing that with being blind, you have to put everything in a certain place. Now, like for instance, this is my so-called studio. I'm in the process of moving, and that'll be one of my shows too. So everything is, you know, in disarray right about now, but I have to sit things in a certain spot. I'm gonna show you how I wash clothes coming up here soon, and the kids, you know, they make it real easy for me because they try to put the things back to where they were at. That way it'll be easier for me to find. It's just really hard when you have to remember where everything is at. And believe it or not, I really don't lose anything like I used to lose when I could see. So it's a transition. It's a real transition, and I mean, it gets depressing sometimes because, you know, you have to start all over. You have to learn different things, and it's a big deal. But with all that being said, once again, I thank you for coming to another episode or joining me for another episode. Well, once again, thank you for watching another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Blind. I'm your host, Devin Brown. If you like this video, subscribe. And I'm trying to go viral, so you guys need to post this wherever you can post this at, alrighty? I will see you next week. God bless you, and have a good day.